to a good spot, and I'm going to disconnect the two trailers, go through that process, and then put it back together. Door opener. That shows custom fit, don't it? Hi, I'm Pete the Welder, Pete's Welding Incorporated, portable welding in Michigan. I've been a welder for 38 years. I've been Pete's Welding specifically for 28 years, and I've been driving this rig instead of a shop for the last 6 years. I'm old, I'm tired, my body hurts, I have some medical issues, and I've decided it's time for me to retire from this industry and move on in life to something else. This is a turnkey operation, a going concern. You can buy this today and you can go earn money tomorrow afternoon. It's as simple as that. It's a 454, 7.4 liter, big block. I've added a second battery like a boat, so you have the switch for you can have one battery or the other battery, or both, or turn them all off. And I put a winch on here and I made this totally awesome big old mover bumper here. but this winch is a 12,000 pound winch, a 6-ton winch. This is a 100-foot cable on a 3/8 round, which is the fattest, heaviest cable you could get on the front of a winch of a truck. 4-wheel drive dually, it's bad. It's a shift on the fly. At up to 70 miles an hour, you can go from 2-wheel drive straight into 4-wheel high. And it also has a 4-wheel low, but you got to be slower to do that. When you purchase this vehicle, when you drive your vehicle away, it will be warranted by the dealer as a totally safe, worthy, running everything vehicle. Okay. In 2008, this was the biggest, baddest Lincoln welder generator that they made, which also came including with the Heliarc TIG welder adapter ability off of this machine. So this not only is a AC DC plus DC minus arc welding system, it has a TIG welder built into it with a controller gun in the side. I'll show you. This unit has a high idle for when it's producing power, and when you're not, it automatically shuts down to low idle. As you see now, it's in low idle. And the minute you would strike an arc or turn on a grinder or anything, it jumps up into high idle just like this. And the minute you stop, after you stop, it jumps back down to low idle to conserve fuel and be quiet. And that's how that operates. As you'll see, there's a pin you pull right here. That's welded on a pivot in the corner and the bottom down here, and this is a pivot point. Also, we have an acetylene tank, which is the ownership size tank, so this is not a leasel, you own this. And then we have the oxygen tank, which is an ownership size tank. It's not a lease, you'd own this. And then we have an argon tank for the TIG welder, pure argon tank and a regulator, and this is the ownership size tank. It's not a rental, so you'd own this also. Now, the way I have it positioned in here is that now all of the TIG welder is in this hole right here, and then I simply attach this cloth bladder up to the welder like such, and all the magnets that are sewn in, there's a magnet here and a magnet here and a magnet here and here and here, so all those are sticking now, and in the highest wind that's never come off well in flight. Okay, there are rust spots, there are some areas, but I felt that instead of covering it up prior to the sale, I'd leave it available for you to see so you know exactly what you're getting, and any repairs and such. This purchase also comes with 1 week of my time for orientation purposes or any kind of repairs or welding or anything. We want to cut this bumper off, put a new one on, whatever it takes. You get me for a week to teach you everything about everything that goes on here and how to operate everything. I did want to just leave it all raw as it is so you can see, and you can put your own paint job on. But then at least you know I'm not covering something up that you might have wanted to see before I did. Come see the mileage. That's a actual mileage of 161,208. 161,208. So there's 161,000 miles on this truck, except that when I bought it at its 10-year-old birthday, it had just been rebuilt by the Alliance Energy Gas Company in Wisconsin prior to the sale. Entire engine and transmission and drivetrain and everything rebuilt, 100% brand new basically, at the point of 100,000 miles. So right now the engine and drivetrain and braking system and everything on this truck has less than 60,000 miles on it. The cab's a little rough. It's been a working vehicle. If you're looking for a brand new cab, this isn't it. But this thing will earn you money the day you drive away. Okay, now you already saw the Lincoln Generator 250 GXT, which is the power plant of all these machines I'm going to show you. It runs the arc part of it, and it runs the power part of whatever it needs to have on each one of these machines. It's an arc welder, so we'll talk about the arc welding part of it. It can arc weld, stick weld this. There's a 50-foot ground and a 50-foot lead here, all in this box right now, hanging on these hooks. But if that's not enough, there's a 50-foot lead hanging here in this automatic reel. This is a spring-loaded automatic reel So there's 50 feet of arc rod, lead, and ground, and 50 feet. So you can arc weld 100 feet away without any trouble off this truck right now. And then here's a TIG welder. This is the TIG welder. And with this, it's a Heliarc. If you're familiar with Heliarc and TIG, you're probably familiar with the foot pedal. This is not the foot pedal. This is the automatic. You use it on your finger control instead of the foot pedal. So when your TIG welder goes on and off, all the TIG parts, all the TIG parts are in storage right here. I have the tips for stainless and the aluminum and all the stuff that goes with this TIG welder. So this is the TIG welding module. It pops out of here, it rolls. You have the on-off switch, and your high frequency when you're on aluminum, it's always high frequency continuous for aluminum. And when you're on steels, it's a high frequency start only or high frequency off. You have your umbilical cord is 45 feet long. It's a $900 cord. I have 2 of them. So this box can be 90 feet away. You have 100 feet of lead, 90 feet of lead to this gun, and you're welding stainless steel and aluminum 120 feet away from the truck. Okay, this is the TIG welder tips. I have the green tungsten for aluminum. I have the red for stainless. I've got a bunch of different bits and pieces and everything. This is an oxyacetylene torch. All my torch tips, all my hoses are quick connect couplers. Alright, so we have a 50-foot oxyacetylene hose here on a spring-loaded ready reel, just like an air hose. You click it with whatever you want. You watching me here? It's a quick coupler, just like an airline. It's on there just like that. There you go. Now you're ready to torch. This is all hardwired right up to those tanks. So you climb up there, you open the oxygen acetylene tank valves, and when those tanks there are turned on, this is where the gas comes out. So now you can torch right here all day. This is a 50-foot spring-loaded reel. If 50 feet isn't enough, there's another 150 feet dangling here, and it's all quick coupler, the same thing. It's got the quick couplers on, the same as this one right here. This will cut your car in half. All right, this is the air compressor system. We have a 110 air compressor. It charges up these cylinders back here, and it also charges up that big black slave system tank out over there. So there's a lot of air. When this is going, there's a lot of air. You can use impact guns. It powers impact guns and such. Hand little sander grinder thing, all air powered. Now this air system, you can see a bunch of valves in here. And what this is part of an onboard air system that I've rigged. Okay, so I put all brand new springs on the rear axle, and then I added some springs, so it's a super extra heavy duty 1-ton leaf spring system. But then on top of that, I added an airbag system of 2,500 pound airbags, one on each wheel. So there's 5,000 more pounds of lifting capability on this rear axle. And now I'm going to show you, I'm going to hit the button inside the cab that's going to raise up this axle so you'll understand what I'm talking about. Get that?
Yep, lower it.
This was a U-Haul mini box cube truck that had a smashed cab. So I bought the truck and I turned it into a trailer. And this was my welding trailer. Bunch of tools and other equipment. Millermatic 212. It's brand new in 2009. It's powered by the generator in that truck with a 220 extension cord. Okay. And this is a MIG weld, a steel MIG welder. It has a 15-foot gun. And that machine right there with this gun is a $4,000 package. That machine also powers this aluminum MIG welding gun. This is aluminum spools of aluminum MIG welding. This is a 30-foot gun. The 30-foot gun was $1,400, and there's two of them, identical and new in the same year. Two 30-foot guns, so that's each 14. That's about $3,000. Except this has this extension cord. If you come over here, this extension cord, this cord here that operates this gun, this one here, this is 78 feet long. And to give you a perspective of 78 feet long, right here, that's how long that gun is. This axle back here also has electric brakes, which are hooked up to the brakes pedals in the floor. And you've already seen how the trailers morph apart. They come apart with a garage door opener. So let's come on in and let me show you the camper part. This camper is a 2010. It's a 2010 made by Microlight Trailers. It's a Weimaran. The Weimaran used to have this, it go back farther. It has a bed. It has an extended bed. This extends out all the way to here for another mattress to set down, so that bed becomes basically almost all the platform space you see in front of you. Your feet go underneath the refrigerator. It fits real fine. A 6-foot person. If you're much over, so I think you get 6 feet 2 inches or so if you, to lay down in here. It has a 10-gallon fresh water tank. It has an air conditioning unit up here in the window. I don't know if you saw that. We have a location here for a microwave oven. There's a refrigerator. Everything run. If you can plug this into a 110 circuit with a 20 amp breaker, you can power everything in here at once. All the lights inside run off a 12 volt. Everything that operates in here that's electrical is on a circuit breaker. The microwave goes here. I have a cook stove here, a 2-burner cook stove. It comes with this. That all plugs in here. There's many of these plugs. They're all on GFIs, and they're all throughout this is the 12 volt powers this automatic pump, which turns your faucet on. This, if it's not, I didn't plug it in for this demonstration, but if it was plugged in right now at the campsite, this switch would turn this on with a pump. Or if the pump's not there, you can also operate it by hand. You'll see that it still has the fresh pink antifreeze in there, and all the system is, everything is working, functioning perfectly. There isn't a problem with anything here. The Microlight Weimaran trailer in Indiana company, this Weimaran it was this big, and it came down to here. And that was all beds and table in the back. And they made one trailer where they cut it off. They made it back. Show the back of the camper part here. They made this back. They cut the back of the camper off and made a flatbed aluminum bed for you to haul your little motorcycles or your 4-wheel drives on. This is the only one they made. I'm the only one who bought it. It's the only one ever made. I'm the only one who bought it, and they never made another one. So this is a totally unique camper, one of its kind, never to be made again. Collector item, actually. But the way, the system by which you saw the garage door opener make these trailers morph apart, that's something I fabricated myself entirely and made this entire unit to be. So I could go to a job site, drop off the work trailer, take the camper to the RV joint around the corner, spend the night for $15 a night with water, electric, and a shower, and a little party store in most cases, and go take the truck to work the next day where I left this. A week later, a month later, however long it takes me to finish that job in the power plant or as a journeyman welder, wherever I went to do the job, I would then, at the end of it all, come back with this camper, join up with this, and go back home. So you're a self-sufficient journeyman welder with arc, MIG, TIG, stainless aluminum, steel MIG, aluminum MIG. Turn the key and go earn an income tomorrow with a brand new career, lock, stock, and barrel. Anything else I can say?
Call me.
Call me. See the number on the truck, 248-802-8565.